Thank you for having me. We're going to talk about Comstock mining. We're going to give you a good update on our two main mining projects located in northern Nevada, near Lake Tahoe, right literally, in the central district of the entire Comstock lode. So we have a almost 10,000 acre contiguous land position, about 10 square miles of property that reflect the initial 2-mile strike, which was known as the Comstock lode in the late 1800s. They produced almost 200 million ounces of silver and over 8 million ounces of gold, with not too much more than picks and shovels. There are over 700 miles of underground tunnels in the northern 2-mile strike of the district. What we did was consolidate all of those claims in the northern part and then identify that the strike literally continued for over 6 miles in total, including that initial 2-mile strike. And we've identified two maiden resources, one in the Lucerne and one in Dayton, which I'll talk you through, and then permitted, built out the infrastructure, and for 4 years mined the Lucerne to get expanded permits. In that 4 years of mining, we built the platform, we built the infrastructure, we built the roads, and we did it in an incredibly safe way, and we did it with an incredible amount of social responsibility, leading to top environmental awards in Nevada for our reclamation and environmental excellence, and really foundationally having us accepted in the entire district as the most socially responsible and the most entitled mining company in the state, frankly. We have a very aligned board. We have very, very strong mining, financial, and technical competencies on our board. We're driving these two mines back into production. The Comstock lode, which I mentioned to you earlier, had this 2-mile strike with all this previous mining. There were over 33 bonanzas that were discovered on the Comstock. Mathematically, probability-wise, it's almost certain that we haven't found all the bonanzas. What we have found since we started drilling and developing again is 6 miles worth of mineralization. It's very, very infrequent, frankly, for us to be drilling holes along the strike and not finding new mineralization. So this is the district as a whole, and we basically prioritized 3 areas for development. The Lucerne, which is just south of all of those mine workings and all that historical gold and silver that was mined. So although there are some mine workings still resident in the Lucerne, significantly less than what you saw in the original 2-mile strike. The Dayton, which is just south of the Lucerne and extends into the Spring Valley, and then about a 1.5 mile parallel strike to the original Comstock lode, which we call the Occidental lode, or previously the Brunswick lode. The Lucerne has a tremendous amount of drill data, a tremendous amount of near-surface high-grade mineralization, and a recent discovery, recent meaning about 2014, we discovered about 500,000 tons of higher graded material going down a chute zone that is open on all sides and at depth. Stepping back from that, you see the concentration of the Lucerne mineralogy, the chute zone just beneath it, and then just south of it, the Dayton resource area. The Dayton area already has 500,000 gold equivalent ounces of gold, grading at almost 2 grams. In our first economic pit shell, we're at 1.75 grams per ton. With about 500,000 ounces of resource and about 100,000 in the initial shell, and we're looking to expand that into our second mine production. Coming back to the Lucerne for a minute, I mentioned it was fully permitted. That means local permit. That means all of our state permits completely built out. Crusher, zinc precipitate Merrill-Crowe. We've mined that property for 4 years, and after mining on a very small scale responsibly, in that teal footprint, we had our permits expanded to that entire blue picture. So in 2015, we got a landmark permit that basically gave us the authority to open pit mine, underground mine, leach process, mill process. It was basically our carte blanche expansion, and really the first time that we knew we would be sustainable. About 6 weeks ago, that permit was extended to the 20-year maximum allowable time frame. So the foundation is ready to go. With Lucerne, we have a partner investing $20 million over a 3-year period. We're 9 months into that exercise with $4 million spent so far, and a technical report with a robust report, 43101 compliant, coming out this month. So we have a partner taking Lucerne to the next level of production. It's very exciting. There's going to be a tremendous amount of news flow in the next, certainly in the next few weeks, but also in the next 12 months. That's the area that's under option with our partner that they're developing. That's the expanded area where the entire infrastructure for mining, processing, and refining all sits today. And we've also developed underground exploration drifts so that we can develop this entire corridor much more efficiently. We can drill from underground locations now, ensure that the mining plans come up in the most optimal way, and get Lucerne back into production. Just quickly with the Dayton, this is the second mine. Both are 100% owned by the company, but this one is 100% our effort to bring into production. It would be that fifth circle in that string of circles. The purple represents a tremendous amount of drilling, which already reflects 500,000 gold equivalent ounces in our technical report. The green represents a tremendous amount, 40,000 feet of additional drilling that has not yet been updated in a technical report. That is the area depicted up there in the blue, but that entire 1.5 miles, almost 2 mile strike length is still to go. We did do some geophysics in that same area. We interpreted those geophysics, and then we started drilling that area out. And so far, even though we've only stepped out for 4 or 5 drill occasions, we've been hitting incredible grades along that whole way. We've already developed an economic shell that, even with a very, very short mine life, throws off almost $40 million of cash with a $1,200 gold price. The goal is really to extend that district all the way down to the 1.5 mile strike, extend that mine plan, and in this case we expect to put out a new technical report within the next 3 or 4 months. We recently announced a 90-foot shear zone discovery of some exceptional grades, well over 1 gram per ton of gold and well over 10 grams per ton of silver. Throughout our entire resource and throughout our entire production history, we've averaged closer to 13 to 14 ounces of silver for every ounce of gold poured. The intention is to take that initial economic shell, that initial resource, and just continue to extend it all the way down that strike. We've had SRK come in and test our economic shell, test our initial resource and expectation. They validated it 100%, and then their extensions of those mines and those mine plans are consistent with what we're prospecting as well. So for us, 2019 is big. You're going to get an updated Lucerne 43101 within weeks. We have some extremely valuable non-mining properties because we sit in a very robust economic area in Nevada. Tesla's building their gigafactory right next to us, Google, Apple, Switch. So we're selling 2 properties for about $15 million. That'll pay off $9 million of debt and fund everything that we're sitting here talking about. What does that mean? We're going to move forward on the Dayton 43101 within a few months, and then we're going to start the permitting process for Dayton. So basically you have 2 mines with 2 fresh and updated technical reports. One is fully permitted with a partner moving it into production. One will be permitted over the next 12 to 15 months with us putting it into production. So we see production in our future with not one mine, but two mines. Quite frankly, the first 7 or 8 years that I was with the company, it was build, 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 build. The last 2 years was fix, fix, fix. It was very painful. It wasn't fun, but I'm happy to report that we're really on the brink here of all of these efforts gaining fruition again, revalidating the great gold and silver ounces that are in the ground and getting them back into production. Thank you.